Thursday night's growth class. My name is Chris, otherwise known as the Conversion Crusader. This is a growth class, or otherwise known as a masterclass for the Freedom Club. I'll be inviting all my Freedom Club members in just a moment. So hang tight and we'll be with you in a second. And we are live. Welcome everybody. It's nice to see you all. Let me grab the chat screen open here. We'll wait for everyone to jump on in. But this is Thursday night's growth class. For those of you who have made it this far in the Friend Club, congratulations. We'll give everyone a couple of minutes and jump on in. Hang tight and I'll be with you in a second. Everybody. Zoe, welcome to the stream. How you doing? Nice to see you. We're just gonna wait a couple more minutes for everyone to jump in. In the meantime, why don't we go take a look at questions that are on the chat tonight. Oh no, it's gonna be a long one. 7, damn. 7. Billy, Damon, Zoe, the OG crew. Tracy, welcome. Welcome, guys. Got some new faces here. And Courtney, I see your question down here. Look, let's get started with your question. Would I better touch on ads cannibalizing each other if they're too similar? When we find a winning ad and we're doubling down, creating more similar ads with that angle, do we need to be mindful of this? Okay, when you're... We'll talk about ads cannibalizing in a second. But when you find a winning ad and you're doubling down, creating more similar ads with that angle, do you need to be mindful of that? Absolutely not. 100% no, you do not need to worry about ads cannibalizing each other. Basically, if you think about it, if you have an ad that's performing and let's just say, let's go to the Facebook ad library. I'm going to show you Homecraft. Craftology. Sam, welcome. Okay, so you got Homecraftology here. I've got a lot of very similar ads. So we got over 100k orders. I should have another one down here somewhere. Okay, here we go. There's another one, over 100k crafters. I should probably have more. 100k crafter. Here we go. Here's 2 ads. Very, very similar. Saying the same things. But with different color, different text, different objects, different things. And they're not going to cannibalize each other. We got to give Facebook a lot of options, because if someone's already seen this one right here, there's 100k crafters in the purple. Facebook, when they have another option, it's going, oh, this one's worked. But hey, I got this one over here that's very similar. I'll show that one next. Over here, we've got another blue one. Over 100k orders delivered. I should probably update this. We're well over 100k now. We got 300k. I think we're up to 350 actually. My numbers were way off. So, no, they're not going to cannibalize if you have very different visuals saying the same thing. In fact, it's encouraged. Facebook wants you to do that because that's what works the best. The reason why it works is because it stops banner blindness. And our brains don't work that way. Our brains, especially when we're in Facebook mode, we're literally trying to get dopamine. So what are we doing? We're usually in bed. We should be sleeping. But not quite feeling like we're happy enough to sleep. There's something missing. Oh yeah, that's right. I need to go compare my life with other way better looking people with way more money, doing way more fun stuff than I'm currently doing. So what do? You pick up your phone, you go through Instagram, and you're scrolling. And when you see a post come up from a page or from a business, your brain notices it. And if it sees the same thing that it's already seen, it automatically says, you know what? I've seen this. We're looking for dopamine. Just scroll on. So you scroll on. If it looks different, even if it's saying the same thing, if it looks different, your brain doesn't have that same response. It wants to take in the new content. And that's why Facebook sees a much larger, I don't know, what do we call it? Interaction with new content over old content. So we definitely want to make sure that we're giving Facebook new images, saying the same things that work really well. Does that answer your question? Now, in terms of ads cannibalizing each other, you probably will only have this happen if you have multiple ad sets running the same ads. And even if you did, there's a fair amount of gray area when it comes to this. How do I put this? I guess I could show you, but I don't really have the data to back this up. It's a new way that I'm running my ads currently. And you guys, you know how often I switch strategy. I'm a firm believer that with Facebook especially, it's a wave. It's a wave you ride. It's not set and forget, because especially now in 2025, the industry, advertising, it's moving faster than ever. And we got to keep in the forefront of that. We got to keep before the wave so we can ride it. So I'm always testing new strategies. And while I want to make sure that you understand everything in the course that Austin teaches you is absolutely valid, but it's just one strategy. And there's many ways to use this awesome tool that Facebook has given us. Just in the same way, if I was to give you a kitchen tool, a pan, there's many different ways to use a pan. There are many different techniques that can cook you a great steak. Just ask a chef. 2 or 3 chefs are going to have different techniques that they use. The same for the Facebook ad library. And I like to test out strategies, and the strategies that I test are strategies that I know have been used by other media buyers like myself who've spent millions on Facebook. We don't just sit back and do the same thing all over again and hope for the best results. If you keep doing the same thing, you'll never get the best results. We try and test. One of the things I've been doing lately, and Diane, I'm about to answer that exact question from you. Diane's asked, does this work with taking an ad from Advantage Plus scaling and a single ad scaling it? So you've had the same ad running in 2 different campaigns. Excellent question. And that's exactly what I want to talk about today. I know there are going to be people who disagree with this, because for some people, they've been told something. They've been told Facebook works in a certain way, and certainly it does. And they'll believe that because Facebook works, or because they believe Facebook works in this certain way, there are certain things that we can't ever do. But it's just not true, because this data this Facebook can be used in so many different ways. The ads you test have low CTR, but are making good sales with good ROAS. How could I improve my CTR? Okay, we'll talk about that in a second, Michaela. Courtney and Diane. All right, so we have my current Facebook campaign right here. We have my retargeting. We have my Advantage Plus shopping campaign, but there's something new here. There's something very new here. Scaling best images. So this works best with an account that's had some, it's had its day. It's certainly been around the block. Okay. this is not something that I would recommend for a brand new account. If your account's brand new, you follow the guides, because we got to get your account from brand new to optimized before we can do this sort of stuff. Okay, when I say optimized, once you've had 50 conversions, you probably have a seasoned enough pixel to take some of these lessons and use them. I'd say 50 conversions is more or less the turning point. So I've taken my best images, and you can see here my cost per purchase is $44. Not as good as my Advantage Plus, but just hold your horses, because this is flipping things on its head. Because I have a bit more money to play around with on Homecraft, and because the pixel is a fair bit more seasoned, because I have that runway before I run out of cash that a lot of people don't have, I don't tend to do the testing mechanism that I show you guys, where you make a general, like a, where is it? Where's my testing? That's not it. I don't make a manual sales campaign. I don't test ads one by one anymore on this ad account. I do that on my other ad accounts for sure, but on this ad account, I usually just make an Advantage Plus shopping campaign, and I usually put all of my images and all of my ads in here. Every single one of them goes in here for testing. I don't care so much if this particular ad set goes into learning, because my budget, it's pretty good. It's only 300 at the moment. It was 500 a few weeks ago. I usually get into active and out of learning pretty quickly within a couple of days. What I am doing is I'm taking my best images and I'm putting them into a separate scaling campaign, and I'm seeing what happens when I just spend money on that. And look, we're getting some crazy results. $16 per purchase, $47 per purchase, but on this one, 4 checkouts. So I could have had an extra one. That could be $25 per purchase if I'm going by my usual 50% rule. We've got this one here giving us $32 purchases, and yes, we had one failed ad here giving us $273 purchases, which pushed my average up, but that's cool. I figured out why this one's not working. This one's not working because this is for cheapos. This is my cheaper ad. It works really well in my Advantage Plus shopping campaign, but when I tried to scale it in an individual campaign, it didn't work so well. Let's wait for it to load up. Come on, Facebook, wake up. There we go. And look, this is the El cheaper one. Kits starting from as low as $12. So there's only a certain type of person who's going to want to convert on that. And if you can't find your $12 kit, because I don't have that many $12 kits, but you ain't going to purchase. And that's what we were finding on this particular ad. So will this ad set do well? Yeah, this ad set's going to do really well. And maybe this is the one that I'm going to scale. Now you might be wondering, hey Chris, this goes against everything you're saying. You know, we got these same ads in here and we got these same ads in here. Will they outbid each other? Well, two things. One's an Advantage Plus, and one's a manual sales campaign. I don't know how much that means, but in terms of whether or not they're going to compete with each other. But also, I have found lately, especially, it's been incredibly difficult to scale an Advantage Plus shopping campaign. It seems the more money that I put in here, the vastly wider net we pull, and the cost per purchase goes from like $30 all the way to $50, and then it's starting to get in non-profitable territory for me. When I've been doing a manual scaling campaign, it's been going pretty well. It's been going well, and a lot of marketers these days, from what I've been reading and talking to and hearing, they're saying the same things. Now, I did test this theory on a couple of other of my ad accounts. It didn't do so great where the pixel data wasn't there. So you gotta make sure you do this on an aged account where you have a fair amount of data, okay? And only on ads that are performing really well individually inside the Advantage Plus shopping campaign. So I've only taken my ads where my cost per purchase was the lowest and my click-through was the highest. Sticking them 3 at a time, or sticking them, like, I think after doing this initial test, it would have been better if I had probably the same Well, an aged account just would be 50 conversions. Yours would probably be well and truly there. So these probably, in hindsight, should be the same angle, I think. I didn't do it this time. I just put my 3 best performers. I should probably put my 3 best performing in a specific angle. And in this scaling campaign, this is not a CBO. Well, it may be right now, but it shouldn't be a CBO. I will probably change this to ad set budget so that I can put more scaling ads in here and I can scale them all individually. Actually, no, I'll keep it at campaign. When I want to put more scaling ads, I'm probably going to duplicate this and put different ones in there under the same campaign. That's what people are doing. Sorry, I got myself confused there for a sec. Anyway, I know for a lot of you that will have confused the absolute hell out of you. I do apologize. I'm sorry. I keep saying do this, don't do this, do this, don't do this. This is Facebook ads, guys. I'm giving you a new technique, a new strategy, and it's up to you guys to determine which strategy you want to implement for yourself. And as long as you're aware of exactly what you're trying to achieve when you do the strategies, then you will be fine. You snuck in, half listening and cooking. It's a good one to sneak into, Jess. This is one of the fire ones. That was a golden nugget right there. So, and this is when you have an absolutely killer image that is doing really, really well, and you want to see how far you can push it. That's what I've been doing lately. I'll keep you guys posted on the results. You get what I'm saying? Thank you, Courtney. All right. Josh. Oh, wait. There was another question up here. Before we get to you, Josh, Michaela, the ads you test often have a low CTR but still making sales with a good ROAS. How could I improve your CTR? Look, it's great that you've been getting good ROAS. Can you imagine the ROAS you're going to get when you improve your CTR? How do you improve your CTR? You make more engaging video and more engaging ads. It can be difficult with a gardening product, but not too difficult. Just got to find the right angle and the right head stopping scroll stopping video to get people to click. We got to get their attention. We got to have that problem that they want to solve, and we have to think, how does this solve their problem? And that's all it comes down to. I know that doesn't answer your question entirely, Michaela, but it is down to, sup Jimmy? It is down to that quality, the quality of the video there. Jess, you need all the help you can get. Your Advantage Plus is not high scaling type. I don't think anybody's at the moment in Advantage Plus is high scaling. Advantage Plus, I've found it's just you keep it on and it keeps on going. Doesn't necessarily scale very easily. It used to, but not so much anymore. So that's why I have now turned to scaling in what's it called? In manual sales campaigns. Now, Michaela, how we get more CTR? Seriously, it's all about the image. It is all about the image and the video. How we do it is meticulously testing different angles, different visuals, different hooks, and there is no way to cheat it. There's absolutely no way to cheat it. Looking at, well, there is a way to cheat it. Look at your competitors. That's what I do. I look at my diamond painting competitors. I probably do it once in a blue moon and go out there and just look at all their ads. I find the angles that I'm not running, and I find the visuals that I like, and I send that to my image guy and I say, go to my website, go and get my best selling products and make me images that look a similar way to the competition, but a little bit different. I don't even review them. He sends me a batch, throw them up on my ads. I let the market tell me. And look, some of my ads get like a 0.9% click-through rate. I turn them off. Billy, is it best to do broad targeting or targeted? Broad. 100% broad. You got 2 sales from your targeted, but someone recommended all new creators be, I recommend all creators be broad. I recommend you don't, and in fact, even if you say to Facebook, I want to target these people, it's going to target those people and broad people anyway. But you're better off getting it to work with broad, because that way you can scale it a bit further. Now, Michaela, you have that cool hose, yeah? Can I share my image guy? Can I share my image guy? Do me a favor and tell my image guy that you came from Chris and that his images come first. Man, I should get a cut from this. I should be his affiliate. All right, I'm gonna send you a link. I'm gonna send you a link to his Upwork profile. You're all gonna jump on it, and Jimmy, I know you've been waiting for this link too. No, look, it's gonna help him. It's gonna help you. He's a good guy. The thing is, guys, and I need you to understand that he's not a miracle worker. He is not going to be the one who single-handedly creates you the winning ad formula. Okay, you have to do the work too. And I've had some people that I've sent him to, and they're like, "Hey, I didn't really like what he did." I'm like, "Neither did I. I didn't like his first few ads." Work with him. Show him your competitors. Show him your style. You know, work with him to get what you want. He will do his best to look at the competitors, but you've got to come to the party too. He's not a genius. He's not a genius level marketer. He is a guy who makes pretty images. He does a really bang up job of e-commerce images. He's got a clean, tight type of ad that he makes. I like it. And I sent a lot of people his way and they like it too. But this has to be a conversation, okay? You can't just expect that you hire this guy and he does your images and it's just a one-way conversation. It's a two-way conversation. Does that make sense? You're going to annoy him? And Jimmy, you can take him too. I'll send you that via Slack too, Jimmy. By the way. But look, reason I'm giving you his profile link is because it's good for him too. I'm happy to support him. He does a good job for me. However, when he tried out for my agency, my business partners refused. Jimmy, it says it's in his own opinion that learning to make images is a great skill to learn. I agree. I learned how to make images. My images were crap. I learned how to make them better. They got better, but it was taking too much of my time. If you're going to run more than one store, if you're going to be fulfilling orders and talking to staff and expanding your business and also have time for freedom, there are some things that other people will do better than me, and I am more than happy to de-work myself. However, guys, at least go and make your own images in Canva. At least go and use Creative.io. This bad boy here is incredible. At least go and use ChatGPT and learn to create some images yourself, so that even if yours aren't the best, as long as you've done some, no one's going to go out there and cheat you. You're not going to be able to like charge you 10 hours to produce a couple of measly images, because you will know how long it takes. So there is not a single part of running my business that I haven't done myself. Video editing. I've done hundreds of hours of video editing. I don't do it anymore, but I know how to do it enough to know when I'm getting scammed. Same with images, emails. I now have people who do my emails for me. Do they do it better than me? That's questionable, but at least they can do the base work and I can go in and change things. Creative OS, this is ingenious. You take templates that they find, that they go and make you Canva templates, and you go in and you get shit done. All right. Josh, you've segmented your email 0 to 5 stars. Still wondering when I should send email campaigns to each segment. What difference do I do between email segments? Do I send to 4 or 5 stars more often? Good. Look, emails. I send emails on, depending on if my store is doing really badly on any particular day, and I wake up and it's 11 a.m. and I've hardly had any sales, there's a very high chance that I'm going to go and just send out an email. I could have done it today. I've had low sales today. I chose not to do it today because I sent out an email already on Sunday. I could have done it today though. I could have. Anyway, if I had low sales by 11 a.m. for you guys, just so you know, I'm targeting the USA. So you might choose, I don't know, like midday. If you have bad sales by midday, maybe it's time to send out an email campaign. And during the week, it'll be a flash sale, like 55% off, or a $10 voucher, or 30% off your order, something big, something where I'm still going to make some money, but I'm gonna actually get more sales and just make a small amount of money off each one off my email list. And then I send out an actual campaign, like a thought out, well presented campaign every Friday if I need to, but definitely Saturday, Sunday, Monday. On Saturday, my email goes out to my I think I can show you. I can probably show you. Just let me make sure I'm in my own account. One sec. This looks like mine. Yep, this is mine. Alright, so this is OmniSend. You can see here, my last email went out Monday. Monday it went out. So I tell a lie. 11, 10, 11, 12. So Monday, Sunday, Saturday. I only made $500. Well, that's about $600-700 in sales because that's US dollars. That went out to that went out to 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That went out to everybody. 54,000 people. Didn't do very well. It was just the final bumper of my campaign, and this campaign wasn't a big one. It was just a small discount plus free gift. And then on Sunday, I sent it only to 21,000 people, so half my list. That went out to 5-star, 4-star, 3-star. Made a fair amount of money. And then on Saturday, I sent it out to 5-star, 4-star, 3-star, 2-star. So everyone who generally opens my emails, and that was 27,000 people. See there, we made about 2,500 Australian dollars, so 1,500 US. To show you my segments, it'll be different from you guys because I've been doing this a long time. I've been emailing a long time, so my segments have had a long time for people to come up and down. So 0-star, people I should never email, people who haven't opened my emails, 105 people. 5-star, these are my best people. There's only 7,000 of them. 7,000 customers who open every single email I send. 4-star, these are also good customers, but they don't open every single email, maybe every second email. 3-star, just people open emails every now and again. They're probably still half decent customers. 2-stars are fresher people. These are probably people who've been on my list probably for the last few weeks, maybe the last few months. They haven't opened a lot of emails, but they do open the occasional one. And 1-star, these are usually fresh people who just joined the list and haven't really had a chance to open many at all. But you see here that the way that it works is obviously there's more people in 1-star, even though they're fresh people. It's everybody, and then it goes up, like it filters up. So this is everybody. This is people who've opened email one time. This is people who've opened email more than 2 times, and this is people who've opened, you know, every other email. And so the list goes smaller and smaller and smaller. How do you create the segments? You just go into segment and you go create. So let's have a look at 1 star. And we've been over this in a few streams, Michaela. If you want to go back, I don't know which ones, but I did a full stream on emails some time ago where I showed you guys how to do this. 1 star subscription status is subscribed. So this is just people who are subscribed to my emails. And then 2 star, people who have opened 1 email in the last 45 days. Doesn't take much to be a 2 star. 3 star people. People who have opened at least 5 emails in the last 45 days. 4 stars. People who have opened at least 15 emails in the last 45 days. Billy, is it necessary to swap to OmniSend? Is it a lot better than Klaviyo? I'll answer that in a second. 5 star people. People who opened at least 25 emails in the last 45 days, otherwise known as my favorite people. These are the people I make the most money off. These are the people who are most likely to have ordered, you know, 50 to 100 times. Billy, is it necessary to swap to OmniSend? It depends on who you ask. If you ask, say, Austin, for example, he'll say no, because he's made a fair amount of money on Klaviyo. If you ask me, 100% yes. Like, what are you still doing on Klaviyo? Klaviyo is the default that everyone uses on Shopify. And when it first launched, it was groundbreaking. It was an amazing tool. But open rates on Klaviyo are worse than open rates on OmniSend. And the difference is because everybody installs Klaviyo by default. And nobody who does Klaviyo really knows what the hell they're doing, because there's better platforms out there with better deliverability. On Klaviyo, it's not. I do agree with you. It is a bit hard to use. But the reason I'm using OmniSend, and the reason why a lot of the people in the growth class have moved to it, is not because it's difficult. It's because more people open your emails when you send them from OmniSend. Michaela is the only person who's you have seen work. Hey, I've got clients who I've seen doing okay on OmniSend. Sorry, on Klaviyo. They were doing okay. They were getting open rates of like 30-40% and making loads of money. But look, guys, I have an open rate of 70% on some of these. You will never get that high. My average open rate is what, 60%? You can't get those open rates on Klaviyo. And if you think about it, if you have higher open rates, it means your email is landing into Gmail, not necessarily going into the promotions tab. That's the important bit. If your email goes to spam, game over. They're never going to see it. If your email goes into promotions tab, they probably won't see it. But if your email lands in the primary tab, they're probably going to open it. Most of my emails land in the primary tab, thanks to OmniSend. Why? OmniSend servers are better than Klaviyo because there's a lot less people using OmniSend. The servers are cleaner. They don't have spammers on the server. And if your what do you call it? Your spam rate, if it goes up to 1%, OmniSend kick you out. They don't want you anymore. Now, Michaela, Michaela said her Klaviyo is working quite well. She's scared to change over. You don't touch what is working in the back of your mind. Michaela, screw that. Dear God, screw that. What, Chloe? Come on. No, we be careful. We be careful of what's not working, but we test everything. Now, Michaela, you don't have to switch over to OmniSend. You get to create an OmniSend account, set things up and test it, and you can still have Klaviyo and OmniSend. You could just turn off your Klaviyo automations for a month and run OmniSend and test. Test if your OmniSend automations make more money. And if they don't, go back to Klaviyo. It's nothing broken. You're just turning off automations and turning them back on again. You're not going to scrap Klaviyo. It's still there. It's still there. There is nothing lost. by testing out a new tool, or testing out a new theme, or testing out a new ad strategy. As long as you document what you did and you can turn everything back on to where it was, where if you don't get the same result. And this is the only way we improve, guys, is by testing different ideas to see if we can squeeze that conversion rate just up 1 point higher. If you have a 2% conversion rate and you can get a 2.5% conversion rate, you make more money. Sorry, I didn't mean to rant or make you feel bad. All right, Josh, email question done. And I never want to hear don't fix what's not broken, because I have broken my website many times by trying to fix it. And that is the only reason why I'm here today, to tell you what works and what doesn't work, because I have effed up so much, and you should too. Never be afraid of falling down. No, don't fall down the stairs, but taking a tumble and learning a lesson. Okay. 2. Can I take a look at your campaigns below? Your Advantage Plus is learning at $70 a day, getting cheaper conversions and testing. Great. Higher cost per click, possibly due to overlapping ads. Unlikely at your current spend. Look, guys, this question was happened before. Will my ads cannibalize each other? They can cannibalize each other, but I mean that's only really a problem when you're spending probably, I reckon, in the 1,000 or 2,000 a day. And not many of us are. I mean, I used to spend 2,000 or 3,000 a day on Facebook ads for Homecraft. I haven't been spending that much in quite some time below. Not below. Some time ago. But if you are spending that kind of money, if you are scaling that hard, then yes, you can run into problems with in the auction of competing against yourself. Only if both campaigns have a really high budget though. And only if your frequency is very, very high and you don't have a lot of different ads. Even though hold on, let me read that. Even though the cost per purchase is decreasing, cost per click is increasing, as you increase your budget. Oh, these are your email campaigns. Campaigns, Mother's Day 15. I don't think. Well, your open rates are pretty low. They're very, very low. But I don't want you to get scared of sending emails when you get bad results. The only way that you're going to get better results is continually, not every day, but definitely scheduling your emails and sending them often. Training your list to receive emails from you and open them and read them is very, very important. So keep going. 15% off might not be enough. Maybe it's just not enough to wet their whistle. I can't see your subject lines, but subject lines have everything to do with it. And also the what do you call it? Let me have a look here. Which one did I do that did really well? So 54% open rate. We've got 72 on this one. I'll have a look at this one. So subject line and I can't remember the name of it. The preview. I copy this campaign. So subject line, strong, ends tomorrow. 50% off all kits plus free gift. Now my prices are priced at a point where they're 4.1 times our ROAS. So if I make my kits 50%, I still make 1 ROAS. So if my product is $100 on my website, I pay it costs me $25 on my supplier for that product. Usually $25 to $30 Facebook ads, and then the rest is in my pocket. If I give 50% off and someone buys a $100 product from me, it means they're spending $50, 25 to my supplier, 25 to me. That's fine. That's fine by me for an email. I already have them. I'm not paying for these people. They're free. So I'm fine. I'm fine with that. What's an ideal customer return rate? Mine's 55%, I think. And one agency told me it was too high. I can't tell you, Michaela. It really depends on your product and your niche. Okay, so that was my subject line. It's a good idea to keep things simple. You should include emojis, but don't always include emojis. Don't copy and paste. And this is a big one to all of you guys. Do not copy and paste what ChatGPT spits out into anything in your emails, because Google can detect it. So you're probably thinking, damn, well, there goes the emails, because I can't write emails without ChatGPT. My advice to you is you take your ChatGPT, you take the text, you copy it into a text file, just a normal plain old text file, and you delete any of those these things, these long lines they've got. You make sure that there is nothing in there that there shouldn't be in there. And I'll give you a little trick, a little ChatGPT trick, guys. And Damon, if are you here? This is your golden nugget for the night, Damon. 1 second. Okay. Whenever you're going to ask ChatGPT for something, oops, where are we? Whenever you ask for something that you're going to use in an email or on your website, add this to the very end of your command. Because I have confirmed what's happening right now is Google's learning. And when it sees ChatGPT on our websites, oh shit, if there's anyone watching on YouTube, I'm really sorry. I haven't had my YouTube open if you've asked any questions. My bad. Let me open it right now. Google is watching, and Google is learning, and Google is penalizing websites that are using ChatGPT content. And they're penalizing it for SEO. They're penalizing it for all sorts of things. Oh, Nikita, so sorry. Do you have some nice keywords to search on the ad library? I'm not sure. Not sure if I do, to be honest. Okay, there we go. But I can see your chats now. Sorry about that, Nikita. I don't think you've stuck around because I didn't answer you. All right, so we always want to ask Google for plain text ASCII characters only. And we want to have a really nice pre-header here. In terms of the emails, keep it simple. This is a mostly ChatGPT written email. When I say mostly, I make sure that I copy all the Unicode crap out of it. I make sure that it actually makes sense, that it sounds like me. I change a few words up here and there to make it a bit better. You can see here I missed one. Big mistake. That should have been taken out there. That's one of the Unicodes I was telling you. And ChatGPT, I'm finding, has a tendency to use way too many emojis. I don't know. It thinks we're all stupid. However, I have tested text-based emails like this versus really pretty professionally designed emails. And for me, with my audience, this converts better. This often converts better. Like I could have put, if I had been thinking about it, it was Friday night and I wanted to get my emails out, and I was lazy, was tired, and I probably should have done better. If I do a search here and I search for gift, I probably should have put something like this at the beginning, inside the email. Yep, that would have done better. So I've got a selection. Australim, hello, welcome to YouTube. Welcome to my masterclass. So how I got these is I've got a selection of images that I've used in the past, and I can just search through them. Make sure that you actually rename your images so that you can search for them in the future when you're using Omnisend. One image, bit of text is usually all you need for an actual e-commerce email. You might actually even put, you can use, say, quick ad and put in a product recommender. It's probably a good idea. Probably fit it in up there. Oops, no, go back. Go back. I'd probably put a column in right here. And what I would do is pop this in here. And pop in this, I'd move to that column. And that would be a better email. That way people who have been on my website will at least get a couple of products that they've been looking at before. Or I could just put an actual product thingy in there and choose my own product to list. That would have been a smarter thing for me to do. And if I just want to show one product, you could do one big product there. It'd probably more likely to get clicks. Another thing that you should be doing that I'm not doing anymore, and I really should, now that I remember it, if I have it as a saved layout. Damn. I don't. But one of the best things that you can do is actually create a menu. We have an option here for a menu. There we go. Put a menu in there with some of your best categories. You always remove the commas, Jess? Yeah, exactly. But now you know you can just ask it for a use plain text characters, ASCII only, and you know that you'll get the result you want in a ChatGPT then. And get rid of the thingies. But a menu up the top, guys. So make it look better, change the layout. You can go in and probably change the background color. How do we do that? It's been a while since I've used a menu. Link color, I'd probably make these blue because people know that blue things are links, but make them whatever color you want, honestly. Make them nice and big. Choose your favorite font. I like Helvetica. Is that how you say it? Helvetica. Layout. Color. Maybe a nice sort of gray so people know that it's different. Padding, I'll reduce this padding because it's a bit obnoxious. And now that's starting to look a little bit like a menu. Sir, what's the best supplier for dropshipping? Glad you asked. Me. I'm the best supplier. Honestly, if you want dropshipping suppliers, this is my website here, Fulfill My Store. Come over here, my friend. Click on chat with us on WhatsApp, and I will put you in touch with my team, and we can supply your store for you. No problem at all. No problem at all. We supply my store. My store has had millions of dollars of sales, or with a supplier that I will hook you up with if you want. All right. So in terms of email, I still want to make it look pretty, but this is kind of good enough. It's good enough, but make it look prettier than I've done right here. And this is your standard email to send out. That will probably get you a higher click rate. Now, the more people who click in your email, Google's watching. Google knows. Apple's watching, and Apple knows. And am I able to put that link in here? Sure. So when you get clicks and Google is watching, your score goes up. Your server score goes up. When your server score goes up, you get more I was gonna say products, but you get more emails delivered. So this is a game that we play, trying to game the system, trying to get Apple and Google servers to trust our servers more. And we do these little things in our emails and we get better results, but as you've seen, I get lazy. Don't be like me. Okay. Let's look at your ad results here. Moving along. Testing and Advantage Plus. See, your Advantage Plus is doing well. Look, these are both great results. I think they're so close that I wouldn't call them any different. Even your click-through rates, this is all within margins of error. Now you've got 28 checkouts over here. CPMs are looking good. That supplier is born. Yes, Michaela, that is. $32 per purchase. What's the best way to market your product? Depends on the product and target audience. Exactly. Exactly. We got the chat teaching the chat. What's the best way to market your product? Probably Facebook, but also probably Google. What I want to check. So 28 purchases, 28 checkouts and 20 purchases. That's very, very good. You got a very good checkout ratio there. And 28 to 15. That's more like what I see on most of my accounts. I usually see half as many purchases as checkouts. So probably this one up here, it probably just had a good week. The second one, your Advantage Plus, probably is the better one at this particular budget level. Hope that helps. Yeah, still the same. Hope that helps. Okay. Zoe, Tasman Lush, you had an Advantage Plus campaign, accidentally put single ad in a single ad set, it was doing well, duplicated the ads into a single ad set in the ads, as we discussed, it's flunked. Your manual testing ad campaign was doing better, please help. You were getting 8 to 14 orders a day, now we're lucky if you get 4 or 5, you can't sustain. Well, go back. But also, Zoe, let's have a look. Let's have a look in your ad account. Sometimes it can take Facebook a little bit of time to learn, but let's see if I can figure out what's going on. And I do feel like Facebook is having a bad week. Does anyone else feel like Facebook's having a bad week? Good of Rabbit, how can I show you how to find a winning product? You should have been on my stream an hour ago, buddy. In my product research stream, we find winning products nonstop. So I stream those every Tuesday and Thursday at 5 p.m. my time. And after that, we do the masterclass. Okay. So the weed rake. Let's take a look at what happened last week. Let's take a look at the week before. $40 per. Well, I mean, the way that your message was coming through, I was expecting disaster. You were getting 8 to 14 orders per day, and now you're getting 4 to 5. But so if we go back in time before you made the change, $50 conversions. You're from India? Makes no difference where you're from, my friend. Makes no difference. Just depends what market you want to sell into. You can be from India and you could sell in the Australian market to Australians. Australian market's fantastic. UK market is great. The European market is great. I wouldn't necessarily market to America right now. Okay. So, April 20 to 26. We've spent $98. I can't see the purchases here for whatever reason. How can you lower your CPM? Oh man, so many questions, guys. I don't see a problem here. I mean, you were saying you were getting 8 to 14 orders a day, and now you're getting 4 to 5. But to me, you were getting 400 to 500 sessions, and now it's more like 200 to 250. To me, the purchase price is the same, $58. That's what, and we need to work on that. All right, let's take a look. So, Weed Rake Advantage Plus winners. And look, I think we're all feeling that this week, Zoe. A lot of my accounts are doing the same. A lot of them, actually. It's a rough week. The data went from all your individual ad sets. The data went from... Why did the data go? I'm confused. See, if this campaign was working, right? If this was working and you wanted to change it to a single... You wanted to change this to a single ad set campaign, you definitely shouldn't have really touched the campaign that was working. You could have paused it and created a brand new Advantage Plus shopping campaign. That's potentially what you should have done. But lesson learnt. It is kind of, but you shot yourself in the foot, that's all. Because if you had not touched this campaign, you could have just turned it back on. So you probably should have created a brand new Advantage Plus and with one ad set and put them in there. And look, with Advantage Plus, when you change things, it can take a while for it to turn around and do better. All right, let's take a look inside here. Broad sales. So your cost per click right now is averaging $1.92, whereas before, let's look over this for the past 2 or 3 weeks. Do you think they'll find a solution for the tariff problem? Yeah, today they've announced that there's only a 10% tariff on China. So that problem should be going away. So your C2 broad, you're right, $35 purchases. What's the difference here? CPM's the same. Cost per click is more expensive on your C2 broad. Click-through is less. Less click-through on C2 broad, but more purchases. Interesting. But you only had one ad in here. Okay, so C2 was bringing in all of your monies. All right, okay, we're getting closer here. We're getting closer. Now we go into broad sales campaign. And now instead of spending on one ad, it's now spending on all your ads. With C2 giving you $48 purchases, but we've got C11 in here, doing really badly. I don't know why we spent so much money on this without turning it off. Let's just double check. So C11. Okay, the click-through rate's okay. What we need to do is have a look at sales and see why this one's performing so badly and why it's getting so much spend. Customize columns. Let's add in initiate checkout. Well, let's add in cart so I can just see what's going on. Cart total. Initiate checkout total. And we've already got conversions. Okay. Well, I didn't need 2 of those columns. Okay, so we had 40 checkouts, 25 purchases. That's pretty good. 2 and 2, pretty good. 9 and 7, pretty good. But C11, 2 checkouts for $188. Yeah, turn that one off. That's sucking all of your money. So I'm gonna turn that one off for you. May as well while we're on the call. What's next? So we're gonna order these by amount spent. So what's happening is your best ad C2 wasn't getting the most spend. C12 has been getting the most spend. It's ROAS. Oh, it's $44 a purchase, so it's actually quite good. And checkouts are 48 checkouts to 34 purchases. Not too bad. The C12 is almost as, look at the CTR, it's pretty good there too. Well, that's not links, that's CTR all. Sorry, this is going too fast for people. I need to have one more column. And we need CTR. I don't care about all, I only care about links. And I need to pop this over here. right here. Individual ad set for these to scale, not all together. I reckon you can just turn your other one back on, honestly. So 44, 44, 42, 100, we turn that one off. 100, let's turn off C7. The click-through rate there was only 1.1. And then we got $44 here. I think these ones will scale a bit better. And how are we doing here? We've got amount spent 60, 63 and 34. And the click-through rate on this one, we can turn this one off. So now we should be left with some pretty good ads. You can see the best spender here has a 3.62% click-through rate. Holy bejesus, that's great. So, Zoe, while you may look at this week and think, holy crap, we were doing so well and now we're doing badly. I want you to have, oh, sorry, I just had a message pop up. Where was I? You've been looking at this week and you think things have gone badly. This is okay. This is normal. Because what you have done, what you were doing last week and the weeks before, is you were pretty much getting all of your sales from one ad, which is okay. Look, you can turn on C2 Broad again if you want to. Turn that back on. It's okay. It was making money. Turn it back on. Let it make you more money at $35 a purchase. But what you weren't doing is you weren't going anywhere. You weren't testing anything else. You were just getting decent purchases. What you've done this week, if you've purchased data from Facebook, and that data has enabled us to whack out three different ads that weren't working, and to identify one style of ad, C12, which could be a new winner given a bit more time. Now, an Advantage Plus takes longer to optimize. Jimmy said, hey, would you make an individual ad for this to scale? Potentially, you could scale C12 and that original video. And for whatever reason, people are liking this. So what would I do? Go to Dimas. I said, Dimas, make me more ads like this, baby. This one's gonna work. Maybe you could make a version where you zoom into the to the weeds a bit more. Maybe make a version which includes the tool. Maybe in the corner you have like a little circle with the tool. You know, you've got this before and after problem solution. This is the format that's working. Go crazy. Go make 4 or 5 different versions and give them a test. But what you can do as well is you can reduce the budget for this. Is this on CBO, is it? So we're not on, well, you're using campaign budget. What you could do is you could create a brand new campaign. You could take your C2 Broad, run it as a manual sales campaign, and see if you get the same result. And $300 spent on that versus, oh, okay, yeah. Also, how much have you spent on that? Have you spent more money on this campaign compared to the other one? This is a lot of money on this broad ad set. Did you up your budget by a lot? Jess, do I use any of the AI suggestions for Meta for the creatives? I never use the AI generated ones because they're crap. But Zoe, I think now this should perform a little bit better. $300 a day. Look at the cost per click. Oh, it's pretty good. I think we can get that back down. Why have we got 2 top of funnels? What's this one? This is your testing one, is it? One Advantage Plus. Okay. And if we look over the past few days, how much have we spent testing? These click-throughs aren't great, are they? The ROAS isn't great on most of these. A lot of these tests aren't really doing much for you. The 7 click-through only 0.94%, so this one's not working. It could be the creative, it could be the headline here. It could be because it's not instantly clear what this is. I like the idea, but you might want to have weeds in here. You might want to have this in the ground pulling out a weed versus someone spraying chemicals on the weed. So be more visual in your storytelling. I like the concept. The concept is good. The execution isn't quite there. Then you got the kneeling one. Well, that one doesn't have a great click-through either. So these ones that aren't working, you don't need to spend, you know, 70, 80 bucks on these. We can see the click-throughs are too low. We're looking for those 1.5 and above click-throughs. If you're not getting it, you can just turn it off and go back and test some more. But I think it'll be much better now. So dial your testing down so you're not wasting so much money. And now we're focusing on the ads that are working inside here. We can't just have the ads that are not working. We got to focus it down, turn off budget for ads that are not working for these lowest click-through rates. Now 10 is interesting here. It's had 7 purchases and your click-through is terrible. So something about 10 is working. Something about 10 is working. The cost per result is $42, but the click-through is not good. I'm not saying turn it off because it's getting sales. These are the golden nuggets, these ones. Oh, look, that's why it's working. Okay, this is almost working. If you can increase the click-through on this one a little bit, then you're going to make a lot more sales. I'd be asking the image guy for different variations of this. I don't know, is this the best picture of your product? Because it looks cheaply welded. You might need to have a better product image. The people who are shopping for it, you know, are actually buying, so that's good. So what you're saying is right. The most loved weed remover is back in stock. The selling points are good, but they're hard to read because of they're on green on green. Eco-friendly, no chemicals, super easy to use, removes weeds from root. Maybe another selling point might be, you know, your weeds don't come back. Something like that. You're very close, Chloe. Very, very close. Do you understand the mission now? Have I given you enough to get going for the week? Maria Prezi. Nice name. Just to warn you, Marie, I do have a domain name for a very similar domain name for a nail press-on website. I haven't copied from you. I bought mine ages ago. Just so you know. Just to put it out there. However, this is looking pretty good. Prezi Nails, okay. Nice. Very nice. You got your title in the thing. Yes. Terrific. I don't know how your prices compare because I haven't started building my website yet, even though I've been saying it for weeks. 2 sets for 50 bucks. How does that work? This is nice and neat. Yeah, this is good. But how do I get this? Do I just add 2 sets? I'm confused. So this needs a little bit more explanation. Not bad. Can't wait to see how you do. Yeah, not bad. Not bad, Maria. Well done. Rhonda. Big break, you're back. Based on last review, change your colors to a little more classic. And we're doing, okay, let's have a look at Clear Tuesdays 3.0. Nice. Black and white. Very classy. I'm not sure about how large these images are on my desktop, but I'm sure they look good on mobile. Have a look. Oh, it looks absolutely stunning on mobile. Beautiful. Mark improvement. 10 out of 10 improvement. Well done. I'm not 100% sure about the black. I think it's okay, but for a woman's brand, I think a little bit of like like 2 colors is good. I like 2 colors. Could have been purple, but black is classic. Black will do. It looks gorgeous. Congratulations, Rhonda. Yeah, get going. Get going. Let's get some ads going. I think you're gonna make it. Amy. Vanish Plus campaign for 2 weeks. You think it's going okay? Testing more ads in manual. Should you be adding tested ads to the Vanish Plus campaign? Only if they're really, really good, and only if you're comfortable knowing that you'll go back into learning. When should you increase the budget? Anytime that you are doing well, you can increase the budget by 20%, and that shouldn't affect anything. All right, Jake. Ads manager for Reformer. Let's have a look. This will be the last one for the night, guys. I know I've sped up a bit in these last few ones. Reformer. I don't seem to have Reformer. I remember signing up. Don't see you on my list. Let me just check my email. Okay. Reformer. Jake, are you on the call? I definitely don't have it. I don't know if I got the invite. Bro, you just made it? I can't find you on my list, my friend. So just confirm you've sent me an invite to Chris Evers 3030. One sec, I'll just type this out. Everything's frozen. One sec, buddy, my chat's frozen. Ah, I've lost you in the chat. Bloody hell. Okay. So what I need you to do, if you could delete me and then send me another invite. I'll just write my email in here again. This happens sometimes. Facebook just is a pain in the ass sometimes. So you did everything you should have done. It's right. But unfortunately, it didn't send me the invite. We'll just do this right now. Here we go, I got the invite and signing in now. Oh, the invitation has expired. Oh man, Meadow. Alright, I need you to delete that and invite me again. Here we go, invite. All right. No, it still says expired. This has never happened before. I can't join your business. There are other ways around this. I can use my agency to request access, but we might have to do that offline. So you ordered UGC. Give it a minute. No, it's not. That's not going to help. It's telling me that any invites that you're sending me, it's automatic. Even the new ones, like you just sent this one at 8:21 p.m. and it's saying, "Hey, this is expired. There is something going on. There's a bug here. It's not you. You're doing everything right. This is a bug." What I will do, I will message you. I'm going to end the stream. I'm going to message you an account number. Oh, here's another one that's just come through. Just let me test this one. If this doesn't work, we'll do it a different way. Oh, that one worked. Here we go. Almost there. Okay, gotta verify my account real quick. Nearly there. Facebook's just got to confirm my email. This takes a couple of seconds. Here we go. Would I recommend buying Freedom UGC or save money for ads? I would nearly always recommend buying Freedom UGC, except in your case. You have a very highly, what's the word here? Specific product, right? The Freedom Club is great at e-commerce. I don't know of any of our Freedom Club actors who, or talent who necessarily do Pilates that I know of. I think you're better off going to Make UGC. Is that what it's? UGC. I'll give you the link in a sec. I'll show you where you can go. I'm just looking for your business account now. That's the one, Jimmy. Use clip. Billy? Oh, sorry, Billy. I thought you were Jake. I thought you were Jake. One sec, Jake. I'm nearly there. This is why I do it off the stream, by the way. Two-factor authentication authenticator. You sell hair growth products. In that case, there, the Freedom Club UGC is going to be outstanding for you. Okay. 936. Wrong one. 061. Okay. The Freedom Club UGC is amazing value. That is for sure. All right, apparently I've got access. I've got access on my laptop. Just waiting for it to come through on my. Will it save a lot on ads? Well, it's not necessarily going to save a lot on ads. It's going to mean you have the ads in your repertoire that are likely to convert, and they're likely to convert higher than what you can make for yourself, for sure. Well, I can't even, for whatever reason, I can't get to your ads from here. Okay, I'm in your ad account on my laptop, and I can't get to it from my PC. Ah, for God's sake. Give me strength. Alright, ads manager. Okay, let me type this in manually. 1732665400639. Let's start again. One sec. And copy this over to here. Here we go. Finally. Oh my goodness. Okay. Yeah, when you buy a freedom package, they give you 2 or 3 videos, loads of little short videos. They give you images to use. They give you the whole kit and caboodle. All right, Pilates set, $67 per purchase. Middle of funnel, even better at $40 per purchase. I'm guessing we're selling this at a nice healthy price. Pilates, broad's working great. Look, this is looking amazing. What am I looking for, by the way, after all that? What am I trying to do here? You just want my opinion? Okay. Dude, you're making money. Let's scale this up a little bit. It's loading in slowly. I don't even need to see it, honestly. What I need to do is look at all the ads. So C1, free purchases at 86. So C1 not as good as C3, which is getting a whole bunch of cheaper purchases. But over here, and C1's doing okay. Look, I honestly think it's time for you to do an Advantage Plus. Things are going well. I try and make this work broad on Advantage Plus, and see here how it's saying that your ad quality is low, even though one of them says average. We need a fair bit of love. On this ad here, it's just letting in really slow. Okay, what's going on here? So we've got I mean, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Could it be better? Absolutely, it could be better. I want to see your landing page. Just want to make sure you got the same offerings. 30-day transformation starts here. Nice. Very nice. Yeah, dude, time to scale this sucker up. Make some more money. I want to see some fresh ads. I really do. I'd love to see some, do many people buy 2 or 3?